What's going on? Hunter here with Goodman Lawn Care. Jumping back into it. Hadn't been posting for a while, so basically I'm gonna give it a little quick response here. I might go into detail with it later on, not real sure yet, but this year has been absolutely nuts. I mean, absolutely just nuts with work and everything. Starting the spring and jumped into everything full throttle, wide open. I have not had good help this year. I've had 2 or 3 guys quit on me. Some of my help recently has been pretty flaky, not really showing up on time or not showing up, period. I mean, it's just been rough. There's been a lot of days where I've even worked by myself, or it's just been me and Pop or me and KJ. I mean, it's been rough. And we're mowing, over 100 yards, trimming hedges, doing mulch, doing stuff on the side, many excavator jobs. I mean, just wide open, working 6-7 days a week sometimes. I mean, because I go price jobs on Sunday, so I mean, it's just been wide open. And that being said, the frustration of all that, and this, some people may not understand this or whatever, and I'm not trying to make excuses or anything, because I do apologize. I should have been posting. I worked so hard to get the 1,000 subscribers, and then I got them, and y'all supported me so much through everything and through all that, and now I didn't post anything for y'all, and so I feel bad about that. I feel like a piece of crap, so sorry about that. I do apologize. We're going to ease back into this though, and I hope y'all still subscribe, and I hope y'all still more watch me or still interested in everything. And but all the frustration of work and everything, and I kind of just, I don't want to say lost interest in YouTube. I just wasn't focused on it like I should have been. And I actually had filmed videos, but I just never sat down and edited them. And I just had my mind in other places, and that's just what happened. I really don't have any other explanation for that and everything. And like I said, I do apologize, and I'm very sorry about that. But like I said, we're getting back into it and everything like that. So I hope y'all aren't too mad at me. Hope y'all are still interested, still want to watch and everything. So anyway, that being said, we're going to jump out of this little mood here. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We're getting back into things. I'm about to film my 2023 lawn care setup video. Got a lot of new equipment, got something really big right here that I'm going to tell you all about. And then I'm going to tell you about my future equipment that I'm also going to be buying. I've got something coming next week, and then I've got something I'm probably going to buy next year sometime. So we're going to get into all that. But first of all, we're going to roll the intro and get into it. All right, so first things first, I had the F350. So before I kind of quit posting everything, I had the F350 as a work truck and everything. Very solid truck, F350 dually, had a V10 in it. Not really a fan of the V10 engine, if I'm honest. To me, it lacked a lot of power. It didn't have the power that it should have had. The truck didn't pull like I thought it probably should be pulling. And another thing, it was just too big. It was just way too big for me. We'd be going in like little tiny neighborhoods trying to turn around and stuff, and that big old truck, I mean, it was just a nightmare. It was a nightmare. And I did love that toolbox. I loved it had a big tool bed on it. I mean, I had everything that I could ever possibly need out in the field on it. Had everything. But I sold that truck. It gave me a few mechanical issues and everything, and I finally just got, so I just said, I'll just sell it and we'll do something else. So sold it and went to a dealership down here in town, and I bought a Dodge Ram 1500. Now, this truck right here is a 2007 Dodge 1500 or Ram 1500, whatever you want. There's a lot of people say this Ram or Dodge or whatever, but anyway, Ram 1500 has the V8, I think it has a 4.7. It's either the 4.7 or the 5.3. I think it's a 4.7 V8 engine in there. This is a gas engine because it's a 1500 and everything like that. And it's a very solid truck, and it only has 80,000 miles on it. So should last me a very long time. I'm planning on it lasting me a long time. I've had no issues whatsoever. Pulls like a champ. excellent truck. So I'll give you a walk around of that here shortly. So I'm gonna flip the camera around. We're gonna go over my equipment, tell you what all I got, and show you what's changed, what hasn't changed, and we're just gonna get into it. So here we go. All right, so this is the main setup right here. You're looking at it. This is the 2023 lawn care setup. Looks pretty much the same as last year. I have a few new Weedeaters on there. I'll get to those in a minute. Kind of change things up a little bit, and I'll explain why. So these are the Exmark Laser Z X Series mowers, 60-inch decks, Kawasaki 801V engine on there, hoss of an engine and hoss of a mower. The decks on these things, I've said this over and over, the decks are solid. I mean, these are just solid mowers. In my opinion, they're top of the line, probably the best you can get. I Exmark all the way, and I'm not saying I'll never change over to anything else, because Exmarks are getting pretty pricey, and with budgets and everything, it's kind of hard to justify spending 20 grand on a mower, and that is basically what these things cost. They're about 20 grand a piece if you had to go buy them brand new. Of course, I didn't pay that. I bought them a while back, and I paid way less than that, but now everything's just going sky high, and they're about 20 grand a piece roughly. So that being said, Exmark's great mowers, excellent, probably worth the money, but still, that's just a lot of money. But anyways, both these mowers are identical, exactly the same, all the same features. Only issue I've ever had with them is the belts. That throws a lot of belts. I go through a lot of belts. And then this flex pipe exhaust. So I had a mower, I believe it was this one. It was either this one or that one, I can't remember. But it had a different muffler. I have a video on it. I'll actually put that video down below where you can go watch it, and I'll explain everything. But anyway, they had a mount right here on these on the exhaust, and they had the exhaust mounted to the head of the engine, or to that piece right there. I forget what it's called, and it was causing it to leak oil. And so these flex pipe exhausts gives it room to move freely, and with bouncing and everything, it's not damaging your engine. And actually, Exmark covered this thing full warranty. They didn't charge me anything to put that on there, so big shout out to Exmark for that. Great customer service, no complaints there. You can always appreciate that. So that's the mowers. That's what we have going on with the mowers. Love those mowers. I actually also have an Exmark Staris 32-inch stand-on mower. It's up in my shop. I have videos on that. You can go check it out. I just don't have it on the trailer right now because we hadn't been using it lately. But not because it's not a great mower. It's just because we just hadn't had any yards that we've needed it on yet this year. So that's why I hadn't had it on the trailer. So anyway, then we're going to go over to probably one of my favorite besides the mowers is the Stihl BR800C backpack blower. I believe this is the biggest backpack blower that Stihl makes. You can't beat it. You cannot beat this mower. This is the blower. This is the best blower on the market, in my opinion. It's just, I mean, what else can you say about it? It's just a great blower. I did buy the one with a side crank on it to where you don't have to take it off. You can put it on your back and crank it while it's on your back. My only issue with it is this is a little bit cold start and they're not really sure why, but it's not really that big of a deal. You just choke it and prime it before you do it, and you're fine. But you just about have to do that every time to get it to crank. But like I said, no biggie, no issue, works fine. Love the blower. So I do have all Stihl products for the most part. I do have a couple of off-brand tools that I use. I'll get into that in a minute, but I do use mostly Stihl for my Weedeaters, hedge trimmers, and blowers, just because that's just what I prefer. Not that any of the other products aren't good, but I just like Stihl. So that's that. So let's see what we got on the rack. We have the old Stihl FS111 RX. Love this Weedeater, absolutely love it. We did take the guard off of this one. That's the only one you notice on the rack that doesn't have a guard on it. So I filmed a video on it a while back, maybe, and I think I filmed a video. I'm not sure if I didn't. I might actually go back and film one. But we actually burned up some motors on our Stihl Weedeaters because we ran them without the guards, and my guys let the string get out too far. And as you know, that puts a lot of strain on the shaft and the engine, and needless to say, it just kind of screwed them up. So I said no more. We're just keeping the guards on. We're just going to deal with it. I'll keep one without the guard on it so y'all can edge and whatnot with it, but the rest of them we're keeping the guards on. So that being said, that's the FS111RX, and I have two of the steel FS94Rs. So my buddy that lives down on the coast, big shout out to Shay White, he got me on these. These things right here are awesome. I mean, they are great. They are so much lighter than the FS111RX. I don't know the exact weight difference between the two, but these things are so much lighter. And of course, you know, with lighter, you're not going to hold as much gas, but still really, really good on gas on the weed eaters and everything. So, you know, that's not an issue, but it does lack a little bit of power. There's a little bit of power difference between the 111 and the 94, but it's really not enough to where you're like, okay, this is just not going to work. So no complaints with those. My guys actually they prefer using the 94s over the 111 unless we're in some like really, really thick grass or something like that, or unless, of course, they're edging, because that one doesn't have the guard on it. So anyways, highly recommend the 94Rs. Really, really great. The price difference, they're about the same as the 111RXs. So it just kind of depends on which one you prefer. I mean, you're going to lack a little bit of power on the 94, but like I said, it's not enough to where it's not doable. I mean, we use that one. We use them every day. I mean, like we cut over 100 yards. We use them every day. We cut thick yards with them and we don't have any issues. But like I said, if you're going to compare it to the 111, you can't really compare it because there's just a big power, it's a little bit of power difference between the two. So that's just that. So then I have another FS111RX right here. This is the newest one I bought, and I had the hedge trimmer attachment on it. So this hedge trimmer attachment actually folds up to where you can store it on here, and it rotates, I believe, 145 degrees to where if you're trimming hedges and if it's up or down or lower, you don't have to bend your back, you just bend that. So works out really great, love that. And then this trailer, I've had it for, I've had this trailer for at least probably 5 years. I mean, it's a solid trailer. I bought it from Black Brothers Fabrication over there in Fayette, Alabama. Really, really nice trailer. I believe I paid like maybe $2,500 maybe. Got a really good deal on it. It's 18 foot or 16 foot with a 2-foot dovetail. I got the gate reinforced. I got the mesh on the sides. Have a place for a spare tire. I've actually got to get my spare tire fixed. Two 3,500-pound axles, so it'll hold 7,000 pounds gross weight across the trailer. Wood floors. Haven't had to replace those yet, surprisingly. It's probably coming, but they're all still in pretty good shape. So really no complaints with the trailer. Then we're going to get into the truck. So this is the new truck. I kind of went into it a little bit earlier. I'll just give you a quick walk around of it. The only thing, the one big difference between this and the Ford is the back seat. The back seat does not have near the room that the Ford did, but you know, that's okay. It's just a work truck. It's not really like you're going around truck and this and that. But anyway, really, really solid truck. Of course, I said it had the V8 in it. It pulls just fine. Absolutely love this truck. Never owned a Dodge before. Never really been a Dodge guy, but I really, really love this truck, and it's probably the best running truck I've had besides my Ford. So really can't, besides my F-150 that I have over there. So really can't complain too much about it. So really no complaints on the truck. But anyway, that's kind of sums it up. I'm about to get in the excavator here in a minute and show you that. Back of the truck is a mess, but this is my Hotech chainsaw. It's kind of called my mini chainsaw. It's really a climbing saw. It's got a 10-inch bar on it, 25 cc's, and this thing right here is a beast of a saw for what it is. I mean, like, I think it's $100 on Amazon. I'll put an affiliate link down below. You can check it out. Go pick one up if you're interested in it. I did a review video on this thing a while back, so you can check that out also on my channel. And just a great little saw to have with you. Like, you know, if you're mowing and like one of them limbs slaps you, just take this saw and just chop it right off. I mean, that's what I keep it in here for. Works out perfect. Cut saplings down with it, crepe myrtles. If you're cutting bushes down, works really good for that too. A little bit of everything. I have 3 of the HS45 steel hedge trimmers. I believe this is a 20-inch cutting on here. And like I said, I love steel products. I mean, this is just a great piece of equipment here. Run great. The only thing I can say about these is they do use gas pretty quickly. I mean, you'll go through a tank of gas on this thing in not very long. So air filter is really accessible right there. Everything's easy to work on these things, and that's just what I love about them. So they're just really, really great equipment. So anyway, that's really about it. I have this jack right here too, this lawnmower jack. I'll show you that another day. I'll pull that out of there. But I've been keeping a lawnmower jack with me, portable jack, and we actually change the blades while we're out on the field. And I'll show you how that works one day. I don't really have time to do it right now because I'm about to go out of town, but I want to hop in here and film this video for y'all, and that's why I'm just kind of going through everything. But that lawnmower jack, it's a Jungle Gym lawnmower jack, and I also need to go through my racks and everything and tell you about those too. But that's a Jungle Gym lawnmower jack. I think I have a link to it down below. If I don't, I'll put one. You check them out. Best jack you can get. Easy to use, and fast too. I mean, it makes changing blades a breeze. So that's that. Like I said, I'll film a video on that later on so y'all can see it. And anyway, I'm about to flip the camera back around, and I'm going to show you my equipment racks and everything so you can check that out. All right, so this rack right here is a Jungle Gym Weedeater rack. They're actually fairly cheap racks, and you know, they're made fairly good. There's a lot about the design that I don't love. Basically just how they connect right here and everything, and just how I'm just not a fan of it. But like I said, they work. No complaints with it really, other than just the design. You know, I can't really complain too much about them. They hold the Weedeaters. I've never lost one. So, and you can actually lock this thing, put the lock through it, and locks it where you can't lift that up to get the Weedeater out, and so you can lock all your equipment up. This is a Equipment Defender blower rack, backpack blower rack. I believe this is universal. You can adjust it, I think, to fit any blower. I might be wrong on that, but you can check on their website. Very clear what blower to buy. I mean, what rack to buy for what blower you have and everything. And you can lock this one up as well. Actually has a key lock, so that's pretty cool. And like I said, I've never lost the blower off this thing. Works fine. The only thing I could complain about with this blower rack is sometimes the arm of the blower doesn't stay clipped into that very well, and sometimes it will fall out and it'll be laying there, but that's no big deal. It's not really hurting anything for that to lay there. I mean, because it doesn't bounce or anything, it just lays there, so it's not really hurting anything. But other than that, great rack, highly recommend it. I recommend the Jungle Gym racks too. Like I said, I'm not a fan personally of the design of how they set up and everything, but I'm not bashing the quality of it. I'm not bashing the usability of them. They work really good. So anyway, that's the 2023 lawn care setup. So not done yet. I'm about to jump into my landscaping setup, and I'm going to talk a little bit more. After we do over that, I'm going to talk to you about new equipment that I'm thinking about getting, new equipment that I've already got on the way, and we're going to get into all that. And there you go. All right, so this is my Kubota U25 mini excavator. Has an 18-inch bucket, hydraulic thumb, zero tail swing. Not sure if y'all know what that means, but basically I can turn anywhere, any direction, and the back of this machine will never come over this track. So I can put this track right up against a brick building or any kind of building, and I don't ever have to worry about the back of the machine bumping it or hitting it or anything. All I got to watch is the boom. So that's nice. This is a awesome little machine. Weighs about 5,000-6,000 pounds. Not really sure exactly, but it's fairly light for an excavator and everything. And 25 horsepower Kubota diesel engine in there. Very solid machine. I've done reviews on this thing. I've actually filmed a couple of videos of me using it. You can check that out on my channel also. I think I have them in a playlist. But awesome piece of equipment here. And I'm planning to use this thing a lot more in the next year to do more jobs and everything with it. I'll kind of get into that here in a minute. Does have the blade on there. The blade just goes up and down. It doesn't tilt or anything, or it just goes up and down. It's just a one-way, but that's okay. I don't have a use for it much. There's all your controls, nice seat. One thing that I kind of have beef with on this machine is it doesn't have a lot of room right here, leg room. I'm pretty tall. I'm 6 foot tall, got long legs, and it's kind of tough for me to get in and out of here sometimes. But like I said, you know, it's a great machine overall, and I can't really complain about something as minute as that. So anyway, that's the machine. Do have rubber tracks on there. I love how narrow this machine is. You can fit in a lot of tight spaces and do a lot of work around houses and neighborhoods and stuff like that, and you don't have to worry about it, you know, being crammed or anything like that. It's just a overall solid machine. So like I said, if you want to see more on this excavator, I have more videos. I'll link the playlist down below. You can check it out, see me running it, see my reviews on it, and all that good stuff. So anyway, about to flip the camera around and kind of get into some other stuff. All right, so I mentioned I was going to get some more equipment next year, and I've got some more equipment already on the way. So we're going to get into that real quick. I'm going to kind of get over here in the shades where the sun's not in my eyes and I can actually see what I'm doing here. So what the deal is, let's see if I can get this camera set up right here. All right, so what the deal is, I've got a few brush clearing jobs coming up, and we could use the chainsaws, we could use the bush hog, and we could do all that and it would work fine. I mean, it would. But Steel makes a system called the combi system, and I have been looking at that thing and it's intrigued me since I saw it. It's really, they have a lot of different attachments to it, really versatile piece of equipment, and I've really been intrigued by it. The price is a little steep, not gonna lie. But anyway, back to the brush clearing job. Steel makes that combi system. So what I did was I talked to my dealer over at H&R AgriPower here in Columbus, and I said, hey, I need a KM 131R Steel combi system. That's what I need. And I said, I want the brush cutter attachment with the shaft, on it, and I want the skill saw blade and the brush blade and the grass blade. So I want, you know, the variety of blades that comes with it, so I can see what I like, see what works best, and for y'all too, so I can film YouTube videos with it and y'all can see which one, you know, it works best for what and everything, because they're all used for different things. And so I did that. I bought that. Ran me about, I think, $600, something like that, just for that. And then today I got a flower bed job, weeding, and not weeding the flower bed, and we're going to put down mulch after we get done weeding it. And I don't know how much y'all know about weeding flower beds or whatever, but that ain't no joke. That's no fun. So I've been talking to some of my other business owners here in my town and out of town and everything, and my connections, and talking to people and asking them what they do. And kind of what I've gathered is a lot of people are buying the cultivator that goes on the combi system. And what the cultivator is, it's basically like a mini tiller, and you kind of run it through the flower bed and it tears up all the weeds, and then you blow it out and you put your mulch down. So it makes cleaning out flower beds very simple. And also, if you have to till in extra materials, like if you want to put in some topsoil, mix in the flower bed, this will mix it all in. So works out pretty neat, pretty good. So I called my dealer back today and I said, hey, I want to kind of add a cultivator to the combi system. What's it going to run me? He said about $200. I said, go ahead. So all this equipment I'm buying, I should be able to make my money back on it within a couple of jobs. It should work out fairly good. I'll keep y'all updated on all that. And when it comes here, of course, I'll film a video with it, do a review, and we'll see how it goes and everything. But really excited about that, really stoked about that. It's going to be a game changer. And as everything goes on, I'll probably get more attachments for the combi system and everything. But for now, I just stuck with the brush cutter, the blades, and the cultivator. So anyway, and then the KM 131R, I believe, is a step up from the 111RX on the steel trimmers and everything. So it should have a little bit more power than what the 111 does. They made a 240, but they don't make it in a combi system. And so I don't believe they make it in the combi system. I could be wrong, but from what I saw, the KM131R was the biggest combi system that you could get. And so that's what I wanted. So that's what I went with. And so that's what I did there. That should be in next week sometime. I'll probably get a video out the next week, something like that. But anyway, y'all will know when I get it. I will film a video with it, and I'll film a review on it, and then we'll actually go use it. Y'all get to see me use it, and then I'll give a review after I use it. So that way y'all can kind of get the full, you know, unbiased review and everything on it, and my opinion on it, my thoughts. I'm not associated with steel or anything like that. So, you know, if I do say it's good or if I say it's bad, you know, it's my opinion. It's not anybody else telling me, feeding me what to say or anything. And I'm not associated with any of these companies that I have, of the equipment that I have. So don't think anything I say is just a brand deal or something like that, because it's not. And anyway, I wouldn't want to be partnered with any of these companies. If y'all work for one of these companies and you want to contact me, go right ahead. Call me up and we'll get something going. But anyway, another piece of equipment that I'm thinking about getting next year. I'm not really 100% sure. There's a lot of red tape that's got to go into this and everything. I've got to get some stuff paid for before I kind of do this, because it is a little slightly bigger purchase. But anyway, so next year I'm kind of wanting to focus more on landscaping. I'm still going to mow grass. I'm still going to mow a lot of yards, but I want to kind of get more work for the excavator and do more landscaping and do more hardscaping and kind of get into more bigger side jobs and everything, because I found that I can make a lot more money and a lot faster that way. It's a little bit harder work sometimes, but you know, if you can make a little extra money, why not? So that being said, I've kind of been looking into mini skid steers, and they've always intrigued me. I've always wanted a skid steer or something like that, but the mini skid steer to me sounds like a good fit for what I'm doing, because with landscaping and everything, we're always, you know, in a tight area, or working in a flower bed, or working on something, you know, we're not working on, you know, big pastures or big cleaning out wood areas or anything like that. So I don't have any reason to get a full-size skid steer just yet. I'm not saying in the future that won't happen, but like right now, it's just not in the cards. And I think a mini skid would actually just work better. So, and also this excavator behind me is not the biggest excavator. So it makes sense to pair it with something around its size. And actually, it's kind of funny, the mini skid that I'm looking at actually has the same engine as my Kubota U25. So has a Kubota 25 horsepower diesel in it. So I feel pretty good about it. I'm talking to different people, getting different quotes. I'm thinking about getting some attachments for it. So the attachments I'm thinking about getting is a smooth gray bucket, a bucket with teeth, and then a bush hog that goes on the front of it, so I can do some minor clearing with it. And I'm kind of thinking about a stump grinder. I'm not really 100% sure on that, because I really want to see one in person and see if it's even going to be worth buying or anything, because, you know, if you don't get one that's big enough, you can only do smaller jobs with it, and at that point I really don't know if it'd be profitable. So I'm gonna have to look into that. Another thing I'm looking at is a Harley rake to go on the front of it. My buddy Jeff Kahn, he has a Harley rake for his tractor. I've seen that thing works great wonders for smoothing out dirt and doing dirt work and stuff like that. And that's kind of what I'm getting into with the excavator. So basically what's happening is I'm kind of getting into doing concrete pads, minor dirt work, and stuff like that. So I actually have a concrete pad job where it's tending the driveway. It's about a 500 square foot spot, and I got to scrape it out about 4 to 6 inches for them to come in and frame it up, and, or, you know, I guess frame it up, or I don't know what you call it, frame it up to where they can pour the concrete and add on to the slab. So basically I'm just doing the dirt work for the slab. So, and then I've got another job kind of lined up for a sidewalk that I'm going to be doing. So we're kind of dipping our toes into some unnavigated water here. Really excited about it. I think it's going to open up a lot of doors, a lot more profits, and I think it's going to be really good content as well. So let me know in the comments if you have any experience with any of this stuff, or what's your thoughts on it. Good idea, bad idea, whatever. You know, I'm here for it. I want to hear it. I want to hear you guys' thoughts. But that's kind of what we're looking towards. So, and the mini skid will help out with the dirt work and stuff like that as well. So really excited about it. I don't think it's going to be a bad deal, but like I said, I've got a lot of red tape that I kind of got to do taken care of before I can kind of just jump into that. I've got to get some stuff paid for and work on some other stuff before I can just jump into that. So, and I got to make sure that the work's out there, which I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think the work's out there, and I don't think I'm gonna have to worry about that. So anyway, that's kind of my thoughts. Want to let y'all in on it, let y'all know kind of the future plans and kind of where we're at and everything. About to wrap up this video. Before I wrap it up, I wanted to mention this year, in 2021, I won Lawn Care Landscaper of the Year for 2021 for the Columbus Commercial Dispatch here in Columbus. And this year, I actually won 2 awards from the Columbus Dispatch, and I got voted those by people that live around here, my clients and everything, I'm assuming. At least I hope my clients voted for me. I mean, they may have voted for, another landscaping company. I don't know. But anyway, hope they voted for me, but it doesn't matter. I got 2 awards. So the awards were, I got, Goodman Lawn Care got Best Lawn Care Service, Lawn Care Landscaping Service of 2023. Reader's Choice poll from Commercial Dispatch. And then myself, Hunter Goodman got landscaper, best among landscapers in Columbus, Mississippi, around the Golden Triangle area here. So big honor, big shout out to everybody who voted for me. Really appreciate it. It means a lot. Was not expecting that. Really didn't even know I was in the running for it or anything like that, but really appreciate it. And it's good to know that, all the hard work we're putting in is paying off, and everything. And so really, really awesome things is happening and all that. So, appreciate y'all. Like I said, we're easing back into this YouTube thing. We're going to start posting more videos and stuff like that. We're going to shoot for 1 a week as of right now. Might do more if I can. But we're going to try to stick to at least 1 a week right now and just kind of see how that goes. So appreciate y'all sticking with me and subscribing. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Like this video, go ahead and like it. And comment down below your thoughts and opinion on my equipment, my setup, my plans, everything I kind of talked about, combi system, all that. I want to hear about it. And I just want to hear from y'all. So appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And till next time, I'll see you later.